So if you've watched my previous video where I talked about how and why I only sell high ticket offers, you already know that selling to broke people and selling low priced offers is exactly what's keeping you broke. So the next question is, how do you actually sell to rich people? And even though there are different types of things that you need to be taken care of, there's one specific thing that I want to talk about today, because it's one of those things that a lot of people don't really talk about much, but at the same time it's also one of the most important things about selling to rich people. And it kind of pisses me off because now I have to make a separate video about it, which I am doing right now. Anyways, this thing that I'm about to talk about works in all three different scenarios. Whether you're going from selling low ticket products to higher ticket products now after watching my video, or if you decided to raise your prices because of my previous video where I talked about how that changes a lot of stuff in your marketing and how like people perceive your products. Or the third scenario, if you've got back and can upsell offers that are more expensive than the price which you are comfortable selling at. In all of these different scenarios, there's one specific thing that you need to take care of from the day one. Now, if your offer is high ticket, specifically if it involves personally like one-on-one touch, so anything like consultation, coaching, mentorship, or masterminds, whatever it is, right? If it involves you, you're not actually selling information. You're selling proximity, and you're selling access to you, your principles, your frameworks, your mental models, your personality, and your whole experience. So access to you as a coach, that should be the core of your value proposition. And that one fact changes literally everything about how your marketing has to work. And the reason you need it in your high ticket offers is because a couple things. So let's just go through them first. So we are on the same page that you have to be selling access to you first, because having that one-on-one aspect in your offer completely maximizes the perceived value of your offer. And also one thing that we have seen is that online market collectively now hates courses. That sort of angle to it also justifies the price, because now you can stand against what's being collectively hated. So as a result, that increases the value of your offer and justifies the price. Like we have all seen course sellers like trying to hate the schooling system because it was one thing that was being collectively hated by the students and the new generation, and they kind of like positioned their courses against it and gave them another route and made millions of dollars. But now, because information is so cheap because of AI and how big of a commodity it has become after AI, you have another common enemy like the course sellers had schooling systems. So this shift is surely still early in the game. And also, if you're a small creator, it can also be something where you have competitive advantage, because let's just say the biggest guy in your niche is Iman Gadzhi or Alex Ramosi or some big dropshipping guru, right? But they can't really offer one-on-one access. So you can really use it as an edge in your favor. Although we also see Iman Gadzhi making that shift in his consulting.com. Now he's also got a licensing business and also a consultation business, and they do masterminds as well. So he's kind of making that shift as well and trying to sell proximity at way higher price. And another reason is because it drives the best result, because when you are involved, there's better relationship with every client, which we have seen ending up in better and more authentic case studies and interviews, and as a result bringing in more clients for the business. And it also helps you get to know your target audience really, really deep, because you interact with them every single day, and because you're super close to your target audience, you truly understand their belief systems, how they speak about their problems, how they feel about their problems, and it kind of gets in your subconscious mind. So when you're making content, you are way more relatable to your ICP, and it helps you attract more and more buyer for your higher ticket offers. And the main reason I think higher ticket offers and proximity based offers in specific is what's going to have the most demand in future, is because a course or anything low ticket is information, and you can get that without ever talking to the person who made it, like the creator. But coaching and consultation and masterminds and mentorships and one-on-one offers, that's different. The entire value is access. They get your time, they get your attention, they get access to you, and it's about being close enough to you that some of what you know rubs off on them directly. That's what proximity offer is. The closer they get to you, the more it costs, because closeness is exactly what's being sold here. And that right there is pretty much the motor behind every successful creator. Let's say Ramosi, for example, right? After his books and content, which are one to many products, so he just had to make it once and he can just spread it as much as he can. Like those are also the cheapest product out there. His books are like less than £15, and the only reason is of course to get as many people in his ecosystem as possible. And then after, almost all of his high ticket offers gets you access to him at different levels, and he positions it very smartly and very consciously. But the problem I see people making is that nobody pays a higher price to be close to someone they don't want to actually be close to. So before you can sell access to yourself, people have to want access to you in the first place. That thing has to exist before you pitch that offer, and that is exactly what identity based marketing actually is. For Ramosi, his books do that. When you read his books, you understand him more, and the books and the content builds the sort of perception that you kind of want to have access to him. Again, that's what identity based marketing is, and it's kind of simple. It just means that you publicly show what you believe, how you think, what you expect from people that you work with, what you stand for, what you stand against, before you ever try and sell them something. Like, it's a little different. You're not marketing an offer, but you're marketing a person worth being close to. And then the offer is just the door that lets people get closer to you. A lot of people that try and sell high ticket offers and raise their prices, they lead with the offer. But if nobody wants proximity to you, none of that matters, because the thing they are actually buying isn't on the list. And the perceived positive perception is not already there. You have to build it first before you raise your prices. So how do you actually become someone people want access to before they have paid you anything? And you do it by letting people see how you think, not just what you know, because you're no longer selling information. Anyone can post about 5 tips about VSL and this and that, but at the end of the day, tips are information as well. And information doesn't make someone want to be near you, but the way that you make decisions, the way you see the industry, what you refuse to do, what you call out that everyone else is too scared to call out. Like, I stand against low ticket products. I don't really want to be selling low ticket products. Like, if you have 1 million followers, good, that's your thing, maybe, but it shouldn't be the thing that you're the most focused on. It shouldn't be the thing that gets your most attention, because it doesn't make you the most money. The LTV is way down. It's not worth your attention. And I also don't believe relying on views. I want to have a sustainable business, and I don't want to be dancing on TikTok, and I don't want to be trying to get views just to pay my bills. Like, I want a sustainable business. I'm a businessman. I'm not trying to make it a gamble. So these are the things that lets you know my identity and my character. And the more you know about me and my character and my identity is what's going to make you want to have access to me, because now you can have all the ideas that I get, all the frameworks that I have, access to my team, access to my systems, and that's what makes my offer so worth it. And this is also why when we are going so deep into the ICP focused marketing and lean marketing, is also why specificity gets more valuable. Like, you don't need everyone to like what you say, but you need the right person to feel like they finally found someone who thinks like them, who's not scared to stand against what's wrong, who's super raw, and who's actually valuable to their current situation. That is exactly how you create proximity desire and desire to have access to you. And in that scenario, basically, the more vague you are, the safer you sound. In that case, the less anyone wants to get close to you, because there's nothing there to actually be close to, which is also why back-end upsell offers fail for a lot of people who already sell high ticket. They sold the first offer using identity, like their thinking, their standards, but the back-end upsell and the bigger offers, they switch to selling features and deliverables instead of actually having more access to you as a creator and as a business owner. So the desire that like made them buy the first offer is not there no more. Like, that was the point where you needed the most, but now you don't have it no more at the higher price point. And that's pretty much it for today's video. It was just something that I wanted to have out there so people at least understand the foundation of it. Of course, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot that goes into making yourself and your identity more and more valuable, because that's how people want more access to you. But I just wanted this foundational concept to be out there so people are at least exposed to it. It's by far the most impactful things that I do for my clients, because it gets them a lot of clients and good clients as well. The next best thing you can do is book your free business audit session with me using the first link in the description, because that's where I can be more realistic about exactly what you need to change and what you need to fix to grow your business. Also, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.